Hey guys, and welcome to another Championships PvP video, and in this video we're up against PurpleKyogre, so I'll link to his channel in the description below, and we have a really bad lead matchup here straight away. So Skarmory vs Lantern, charge up a little bit of energy and then get out of there, switching to Lantern of our own. We don't want us to get switch locked against grass, so we're really hoping that he's not packing any. But he throws that Thunderbolt, maybe trying to shield Radis with a Hydro Pump, but we do not shield there, let it come through, and now we're going to charge up to a Hydro Pump of our own and then just throw the Thunderbolt. But he does get the charge move off first, so we shield that up this time so that we can get this charge move off. Just going for that Thunderbolt and hoping that he burns a shield here, which he does, which is fantastic. And he switches out into Vigoroth. So he doesn't have a grass type, presumably, and we're going to be able to get this Thunderbolt onto the Vigoroth, maybe burning his second shield so that he keeps Vigoroth alive, which he does do, and then he's probably going to counter us down. So we switch out just to save one or two counters, I guess. Wasn't really necessary, but we didn't have a better Vigoroth counter on our team, so we'll just roll with it. So Azumarill, we're going to let these body slams come through, and just because Vigoroth gets so many body slams off, it actually adds up to a fair amount of damage. So he's going to get off a third body slam here, and it's just doing massive damage. Like, we're down into the red now just from those 3 body slams, and we're only just getting this Ice Beam off here. So definitely a lot of force coming from that Vigoroth. And hoping to finish off with Bubbles, which we are able to do, and hoping to get that Ice Beam off, but unlikely. Lantern finishes off with one single Water Gun. So probably going to bring in Lantern again. Oh no, bring in the Skarmory to throw the Sky Attack and then maybe switching back into Lantern. We know that he probably doesn't have a Grass type since he didn't want to switch lock us, so throw the Sky Attack, bring back in Lantern, but kind of forgot that he only had 1 health there, so yeah, maybe he could have thrown a Charge Attack, but at any rate, we use this shield, but it is not looking good for us at all. And he brings in his full health Skarmory, so we know this is GG's, so yeah, we're just... Skarmory Mirror Match takes long enough on its own, but that Sky Attack won't do heaps of damage, and we're throwing a Sky Attack of our own. Always just kind of playing to win, but yeah, let's just get on to the next battle, shall we? And going into this second battle with Toxicroak in the lead, fantastic lead matchup. These counters will do super effective damage to the Vigoroth, and he will not be doing super effective damage to us. So he switches out as we're getting the Mud Bomb off, so, you know, he definitely a good switch there, but it will still do a little bit of damage, it just won't do heaps of damage. And then switching into Skarmory, so he's switch locked here. This is looking fantastic for us. Definitely going to be very difficult for him to come back. He's against the wall on this one. We finish off with just quick attacks. We'll see if he brings in a Lantern. He does bring in Lantern, so we're just going to ride it out, throw the Sky Attacks. We know that his other Pokemon is Vigoroth, who's already down to half health. So Skarmory isn't really needed there. Toxicroak can handle the job. So we're just going to use up Skarmory's energy and throw as much as we can at this Lantern before we go down. Hoping that he throws a Charge Attack, which he is doing here, and not going to shield, just letting Skarmory go down. And down he goes. He had to use a fair bit of energy there. And now we can actually bring in Whiscash, who's going to be able to do super effective damage to Lantern too. So this is actually... We've just really got a fantastic team composition here. We'll let this Body Slam come through because we're just going to save our shields for the Toxicroak in case. And yeah, bring him in, counter away, counter down. He's getting a charge move off here, so we'll burn a shield here. Actually, no, we're just going to keep him actually. So, you know, maybe you just wanted to see how much a Body Slam did. But at any rate, we've got this game. Both Toxicroak and Whiscash are going to get these Mud Bombs off. He burns the shield there. I think I just threw that Mud Bomb to burn one shield, hope that I can get the second shield with this mine, and then we'll be able to get to another Mud Bomb after that. And seeing as we also still have both shields, he's not going to be able to get 3 Thunderbolts, so he's just going to try and Water Gun us down, knowing that charge moves are just it's not worth it, because when you actually do use a charge attack, you're wasting an opportunity that you could be doing a fast attack. So if they've got both shields, you're in those last mons left, and you're not going to be able to get 3 charge attacks off, then you're better off just throwing the fast attacks and seeing if you can maybe pull it out. It's usually not going to happen, but depending on the situation, maybe it could. But anyway, let's get into the third battle. So definitely a positive lead here. We caught him again with Skarmory vs Venusaur, switching out straight away into Bronzong. So Skarmory vs Bronzong is actually kind of even. Not too sure about the shielding matchups, but we switch into Whiscash because these mud bombs do a lot of damage. As you can see there, it just tears through that Bronzong. He's getting a charge move off here, and again, I'm not really sure how much damage it's going to do, so I decided to shield up to protect Whiscash, knowing that I can get to another mud bomb super quick and that would finish him off. So I charged up some extra energy there, knowing that I could get that mud bomb before he gets a charge move off, but unfortunately lag kicked in and I just couldn't get it off. So I had to burn a second shield there, which definitely it's definitely not great, so throwing that mud bomb didn't really need to do that because of that lag, but we've got another mud bomb to throw onto the Venusaur. Yeah, definitely, I was going to say, oh, maybe I should have charged up to the Blizzard, but Venusaur's going to wreck Whiscash, and there's no chance that he would have been able to charge up to a Blizzard. So bringing back in Skarmory, he switches out into Vigoroth, so I switch into Lantern. Because we have no shields and he has both shields, he is going to be able to go for the Bulldoze, which will do tons of damage to Lantern. So having to burn both shields on that Whiscash has definitely flipped the game in his favour. So we are able to get to this Thunderbolt, which will burn one shield presumably. Yeah, there it is, and he faints down. He's got plenty of energy to go, so even though we've got Skarmory, we try and throw the Sky Attack straight away, so that he has no opportunity to get off the charge moves. He still has the shield, which he'll use there, but yeah, we tried to just get in there as quick as we could, and now he's going to be throwing Body Slams at us, which they will add up. It's not super effective to Skarmory, but they will definitely add up, so we're hoping that he doesn't get off too many before we finish off Vigoroth. He actually might use up all his energy and then switch out, so that we don't charge up too much. We're actually able to feint down with quick attacks there, and then going to throw this Sky Attack instantly, and this is actually, it's brought the game back in our favour. Throwing this Sky Attack, this will finish off that Venusaur, and that is GG's. So definitely a close one there, went back and forth with that shield usage, but yeah, GG's, and on to the fourth battle. So Azumarill bring in here against Lantern, so definitely not a good matchup for us. So we're going to go for a Play Rough and hope that he doesn't shield thinking it's an Ice Beam and a shield bait. Because Play Rough will do a fair amount of damage to Lantern, so we'll see if he lets it go through. And he does let it go through. Instant switch out into Whiscash. So he does have a lot of energy on that Lantern, which we have to remember. So, you know, we'll just have to live with it. Throwing the Mud Bombs here against the Vigoroth, we don't have anything that's great in this situation, so we're just going to try and throw as much chip damage as we can. He's kind of going to be doing the same with those Body Slams, I would imagine. So he lets both of those go through, and he's down pretty low after those two Mud Bombs. I think he has enough for 2 Body Slams here. We shield that one, which maybe I was like, oh, it could be a Bulldoze, but I don't think I really needed the shield there. I get that Whiscash isn't the tankiest, but yeah, actually, yeah, I understand now. I had to shield one of those Body Slams, or else Whiscash would have gone down. And now I can get another Mud Bomb off, which will finish off the Vigoroth if he didn't shield. But it did burn a shield, so that's actually also good. He has enough for a Body Slam here, so probably going to bring in Skarmory. Actually bring in Azumarill, so I guess it also won't do much damage to Azumarill. Oh, you saw that other game where the 3 in a row really tore through Azumarill's health. But we're able to finish with Bubbles, charge up some extra energy, and expecting Lantern to come in, and he's got that charge attack ready. So he was lagging a bit, so I tried to stop there, but because you could see I kind of tapped that Ice Beam earlier, and I guess it was also lagging getting through, but he does shield that anyway, and he's getting off the charge move here. So all in all, I kind of stole 2 bubbles, but it's alright, it's just practice. And he switches out into Skarmory, so I switch out into Skarmory for the mirror. He does have the very slight energy advantage, but that's actually kind of a good thing, because he's going to have a little bit of health left at the end, and I'm going to bring in Azumarill, who's going to charge up a little bit of extra energy on the Skarmory. So Azumarill will be able to get a few bubbles in to knock down Skarmory, and then have extra energy to use on the Lantern in the back. So yeah, just Sky Attacking away. We've got no shield, so it's just about throwing those Sky Attacks. It kind of looks like I've either got, I guess it looks like I've got CMP. I'm not too sure what happened there, because obviously he was at the advantage. Maybe he's just trying to charge up as much energy as possible, or trying to actually stop us farming and get down as low health as possible. But anyway, he Sky Attack us down. We bring in a Azumarill, who 1 bubble, and we've almost got another Play Rough, which we are not. Oh, we are able to just get. So we'll see if that is enough to faint down the Lantern, and it is. So definitely a super close game. GG's. He definitely had the matchup on me with the Lantern versus Azumarill, but just being able to get those Play Roughs off, and actually maybe maybe the fact that I got those 2 extra bubbles in because of him lagging, that could have had an effect, definitely. So, you know, it could have been his game, not too sure though. But jumping into the next game, we've got Skarmory versus Bronzong. So, as I said before, it's a kind of even matchup. It's definitely close and it depends on shielding. I'm not certain of the matchups. I probably should be, especially because Bronzong will show up a little bit where Skarmory does. But we tank that Psy Shock, and then throw the Sky Attack. And both of those just go through. So we're both holding onto our shields. We're going to get to another Sky Attack, but it looks like I'm not sure if he has CMP or if he just got to that like a turn earlier. It looks like it was CMP. So we shield the Psy Shock so that we can get this Sky Attack off. It's possible that Psy Shock wouldn't have fainted us down anyway, but we should be able to feint down the quick attacks here, I hope, and we are able to, and we've got the Sky Attack ready. So it is a Lantern, so we're going to throw the Sky Attack. We were holding on in case he brought in something that was just going to eat that Sky Attack. So yeah, he takes that Sky Attack, doesn't do heaps of damage, but Sky Attack is better than Flash Cannon against Lantern, as we have now learned. So Whiscash coming in, he will do some great damage. Got the switch tray ready menu to switch in because I knew who's going to switch out. But because of that really slow switch time, he's able to charge up heaps of energy on that Venusaur, which is definitely not good. We were trying to get the advantage because we know these Ice Beams can do super effective damage. But now that we have to fight against 2 shields and he's already burned our last one, we're definitely in a super rough spot. Venusaur does actually win. Even if I switched early enough, Venusaur would have won. But it would have been a slightly better spot and we might have been able to burn a second shield. So now we're throwing this Mud Bomb hoping that he thinks it's a Blizzard and shields, but that is exactly what happened. So now we're trying to get to that Blizzard, which would finish off the Venusaur, but Frenzy Plant just charges up too quick, and that is GG's. And yeah, so definitely unfortunate there, and on to the next battle. So last battle of the video, we got Whiscash versus Skarmory. So this is an okay matchup for us. It's not cut and dry, definitely depends on shielding, I think. So we're going to charge up for the Blizzard, and I think we're just going to, we're going to throw the Blizzard straight away. We let this Sky Attack come through, which will do a fair amount, because again, Whiscash is not super tanky. So going to throw this Blizzard and hope that he thinks it's just a shield bait and does not shield, think it's a Mud Bomb. And he does let it go through, which is fantastic. Plenty of damage done there, and it looks like we tried to switch there, but now we're just going to throw the Mud Bomb and see if he shields or not. He lets it go through, because, you know, he didn't have to, and unfortunately not able to get that Mud Bomb off. He does have a lot of energy charged up here on the Skarmory, so we're thinking about what to bring in. We decided to bring in Vigoroth. I mean, neither would have been the best pick, I suppose. We'll see if he brings in, I guess if I brought in Skarmory, I would have been too scared that he brought in Lantern. He brings in Venusaur, so this is actually a decent matchup. Actually, because he has 2 shields and we have 1 shield, it is not, he can win the matchup. So we throw the Body Slam, which he lets go through and does a fair amount of damage. Switching to Skarmory, and he's getting off a charge move here, which I think he might have been rampantly tapping because Frenzy Plant or Sludge Bomb both are not good there. Actually, I remember he said that it was kind of like a ghost tap. You know how that sometimes happens, a charge move goes off and you didn't tap it when you're, I don't know, switching or just tapping around. I don't know, it happens. But then he does switch into Lantern, which is kind of what we were fearing. But we're just going to throw Sky Attacks and hope. We obviously still have shield. He's holding onto his shields really tight. Maybe, I guess, wanting to protect his Venusaur. But we're just going to throw as many Sky Attacks as we can. He might shield this one, which he does. And then we switch into Vigoroth. Kind of like, oh, maybe he'll be too slow on the charge move, but it's not like we had a Body Slam ready or anything, so we get to that Body Slam, but he gets the charge, his second Thunderbolt off, so we shield that up, knowing that we can throw this Body Slam. Actually, we've got some lag going on, and has the lag ruined us? It has not ruined us, so that is good. We did survive to get this Body Slam off. He will be able to shield up the Body Slam, which you'll have to, or else Venusaur will go down. So down goes Vigoroth, and then in comes our pretty weak Skarmory, so it's just whether we can finish off the quick moves, but he's able to get that Frenzy Plant off, and that will be GG's. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next one. And check out PurpleKyogre too. Link in the description. See ya!